Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's StepsBasic, and welcome back to the Comfy Cozy Community Show. All right, so we peeked the mic there for a second. I don't know which word it was, but oops, my bad. I'm sorry. I will fix it in post. Don't you worry, none. Hello. So you've read the title, and today's topic is I was promised adventure. Now, bear in mind that I wrote a script for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. Bear in mind, I have no problem differentiating fiction from reality. It's something I've been particularly good at since I was a kid, but that doesn't mean that what I see isn't what I want. Now, again, it's easy to look at Disney movies and romances and stuff and be like, yeah, they lied to me. I'm not gonna get my Prince Charming and or Princess Charmette. I guess she could still be Princess Charming because it's not a freaking gendered word. Anyway, it's easy to look at Disney and be like, yeah, they lied to me. I'm not going to have that sort of adventure. I'm not going out there and doing that. I'm not. In romances, we're not going to have our quirky meet cute and all that fun stuff. Chances are having the what do you call it? The movie romances are very, very slim, and it's easy to look at them because it's easy to look at these and be like, yeah, these are all lies because these are our fantasies. These are our wishes. These are what we would like to see happen. But what about slice of life? Now, back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, and maybe even into the early aughts, we had a trend of doing movies that were like slice of life and coming of age type movies and whatnot. There were a good number of them that I particularly liked. Some like Stand By Me. Practical Magic was a good one, although I guess that one could constitute being a romance, but it seemed to me more of a slice of life to me. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean. But there was that. And one in particular stands out as one of my favorite movies. For a good number of reasons, it wouldn't fly today. But it was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Now, watching that movie had everything that a young man who's desperate to get away from his home life would want. In fact, even the main character seemed particularly like me. He's there, he's dutiful, he does what he needs to do, but then at the same time he has this inner burning desire to just go, and it often comes down to him fighting this urge to leave, to run away, to be free. Really can't. Oh, that's so cute. She rolled over on her belly, picking at my door. Knucklehead. See, I was promised adventure, but not in the form of fighting dragons, not in the form of finding treasures or rescuing fair maidens from bandits and whatnot. Although Dungeons and Dragons, man, I tell you, I tore up some mean countrysides in those games and whatnot, running across the countrysides and saving all the damsels and whatnot. Well, I mostly made those adventures, so I guess that's my fault. But rather, I was promised a life with big decisions, moral choices and whatnot, hidden romances, sneaky stuff, mundanity, but with a tinge of excitement, pressure, I guess. It's kind of hard to put it into words, but you know what I mean. And what I got was boredom. A failed marriage and bills to pay and the aches and pains of growing old and all that fun stuff. Instead of passion, I got routine. That's not to say my life is bad, and it's definitely not been devoid of adventure. I did join the Navy after all. I got some good stories out of that one. I tell you what, some tragic ones, some horrible ones, some good ones. Additionally, my marriage did end pretty tragically, spectacularly, lots of explosions and whatnot, and that was horrible. None of us liked that. But moreover, I wouldn't trade my life for all that adventure. All that adventure I'm talking about, because I like my life, There are definitely some down things to it, things I don't like and whatnot. My brain's all broken and busted and stuff, and I feel mounting pressure and always questioning myself as a good dad and whatnot, but love my kid. Kid's awesome. Love my family, my family, my family. I love my family, my friends. They're spectacular in their own right. But you know what I mean. I still have that itch. That itch, that wanderlust. I want adventure. I want excitement. I want to go out and just have a love, a passionate love. Run through a cornfield, giggling and laughing at ourselves, being stupid. Sitting on the hood of a car, watching the sun rise over the city, and be like, "Yep, it's another day. I survived," and whatnot. And yeah, I know. What was I saying? Where was I? Man, it doesn't matter. I got a little passionate and a little excited, and I forgot where I was. That's fine, though. Movies are terrible at conveying the in-between parts, the stuff that, life, as it were, that makes sense, because that stuff's boring. Nobody wants to see it, because that is, in all intents and purposes, that is what life is. It is the in-between parts. It's long sections of just boredom, interspersed with a couple, if you're lucky, moments of extreme excitement and whatnot. And I know. When it comes down to it, life is what we make it. Life is ours. We make our own lives, of course, subject to terms and conditions of living in a society, as it were. But I love my life. I'm happy with my life. But I was promised adventure, and I am currently waiting for my next big excitement thing. I am boring for now until I get to that point where I can do something exciting. I'm almost there. But anyway, that's also, geez, I hope it's not a bad excitement, whatever the next one is. That could be bad. But anyway, apart from all that, that's the topic for today. Let's go on to announcements. So we got this week is Thanksgiving week here in America. For those of you that are Americans, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're gonna have a lovely turkey. If you do Friendsgiving, hopefully you get to have fun there too. We're having me, my brother, my daughter, we're having a great one. But that also means that Thursday, I'm not gonna have any content. I'm gonna try to have at least 3 videos up today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I don't know how well it's going to work on Wednesday because kiddo's going to be home, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. It's going to be all right. And then resume again on Friday. But for now, that's what we're looking at. Do I have any comments? RYC, got to read them comics, baby. Okay, so yeah, we did. We get a few. We got a comment from Happy Birthday from 5 days ago. That was nice. My buddy Bubble Ninja, I completely missed your birthday. I'm so sorry. Happy belated. No problem. Oma, talking about my, niece and nephew. Their mascots are grizzlies. Also calling me bad for my joke, which was great. On the karate video, congratulations, bro. Hard work and consistency pays off for sure. Heart. Thanks, Darth. That was awesome. I appreciate that. Then I got this guy. I think they've been in my feed before because I recognize the premise of the comment, which comes up with I don't know why, or IDK, why popped up in my recommended. But if you want advice, and then he goes on to list things, you get a lot more views if you worked on your speech, had a better mic, and edited out your pauses. Now, I accept and appreciate advice, but bear in mind that there's 3 types of advice. One is the good advice that I can take. If you've got good advice that I can take, woo. There's 2, good advice, but I can't take it, which is unfortunate. Those two both fall into the solicited advice section. But then after that, there is the unsolicited advice, which everybody gets from time to time. And me, as well as anybody else, I get this from time to time. But the problem is when it comes to unsolicited advices, I didn't ask. Now, in this case, this is unsolicited advice, which falls into technically the second category of advice, meaning it's potentially good advice, but I can't follow it. First of all, worked on my speech. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? I have a stutter, and I've worked hard to get it to the point where I can actually do these videos without going blah, 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 the whole time. Now, bear in mind, I was really good at it a few years ago, and then since then my problem has gotten worse. So what do you mean by work on my speech? Do I not dictate enough? Because I definitely speak in a slur. Number 2, have a better mic. This mic does incredibly well, and it was $60. I can't afford a better mic. So good advice, but I can't take it. And edit out my pauses. I generally do, but on this particular video was one in regards to a puzzle game. And I don't like to cut those ones too much because there's always the weird claim of people accusing me of looking things up, which I do on occasions. But I always fess up to it. When I have to look something up, I will literally come back and say, I had to look that up because I couldn't figure it out. I even say that in one of those videos. It's in regards to, I think it was the Rusty Lake highlights reel. One of the two. But anyway, there you go. That's my little rant, mini rant. And I was nice in my reply. That's weird. Maybe the algorithm thinks you have a yearning for puzzle games. Alas, I don't really need advice, but thank you for the offer. And I will always be polite to you if you offer advice. But bear in mind that if it's advice I cannot take, then you're better off not suggesting it because it just makes you look bad. Yeah. But anyway, apart from all that, that's the topic. That's the reading your comments. That's the announcements for the day. That's it. We are done. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of The Community Show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, please poke that like button for me. If you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. When I can, if I can, you know all that jazz. And tune in next time for a new topic at another time. And until then, good night.